Good morning, dear students. So, let's end this chapter 10 Gravitation with a quick revision presentation of Subject Science Class 9 by a Sonali ma'am. Let's begin. Quickly, the revision of gravitation. It is the force of attraction between two objects in the universe. Gravitation may be the attraction of object by the earth. For example, if a body is dropped from the certain height, it falls downwards due to earth's gravity. You can just simply drop an eraser or a pencil from your bench and you know within no time it will reach the earth. That is due to gravitation. If a body is thrown upward, it reaches a certain height and then it falls downwards due to the earth gravity. The gravitation may be the attraction between the objects in the outer space. For example, attraction between the earth and moon, attraction between the sun and the planets. Centripetal force. You must have seen the mixture. So that mixture works on the centripetal force. When a body moves in a circular path, it changes its direction at every point. The force which keeps the body in the circular path act towards the center of the circle. This force is called the centripetal force. If there is no centripetal force, the body will move in the straight line tangent to circular path. Universal law of gravitation. The universal law of gravitation states that every object in the universe attracts every other object with the force which is directly proportional to the product of the masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So let's object A and B, the masses with M and M, lie at the distance D from each other. Let F be the force of attraction between them. According to universal law of gravitation, the force between the object is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So, equation is F is equals to G M into M upon D square, where G is the constant of proportionality. Cross multiplying, we get that F into D square is equals to GMM, or G is equals to, that is the gravitational constant, is equals to F into D square or R square upon M into M. The SI unit or international system unit of G is Newton meter square and its value is 6.673 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton per meter square kg minus 2. Free fall. The earth attracts objects towards its due to gravitational force. When an object falls toward the earth due to earth's gravitational force, it is called the free fall. When an object falls toward the earth, there is a change in the acceleration due to the gravitational force of earth. So this acceleration is called the acceleration due to gravity. The acceleration due to gravity is denoted by g. The unit of g is same as the unit of acceleration, that is meter per second square. From the second law of motion, force is the product of mass and acceleration, that is F is equals to ma. For free fall, the force is product of mass and acceleration due to gravity. So F is equals to mg, or mg is equals to capital G into m into small m upon d square, or if you make g as a subject, you get is equals to capital G into m upon d square, where m is the mass of the earth and d is the distance between the object and the earth. Mass. The mass of the body is the measure of its inertia. If the mass of the body is more, in its inertia is more. The mass of the body is constant and does not change from place to place. The SI unit of mass is kilogram. Weight. The weight of the body is the force with which the earth attracts that body. The force with which a body attracted by the earth depends on the mass m and the acceleration due to gravity g. So F is equals to m into g. Since the weight of the body is the force with which the earth attracts the body, W is equals to m into g. Since g at a place is constant, W is proportionate to m. The weight of the body changes from place to place, so the SI unit of weight is same as the force, that is Newton. Weight of the object on the moon. The weight of the object on the earth is force within which the earth attracts the object, and the weight of the object on the moon is the force with which moon attracts the object. The mass of moon is less than the mass of earth, so the moon exerts lesser force on the object than the earth. The weight of the object on the moon is 1/6 of its weight on the earth. Celestial body Earth mass is 5.98 into 10 raised to 24 kg. Radius is 6.37 into 10 raised to 6 meter. Celestial body Moon, the mass is 7.36 into 10 raised to 22 kg, and the radius is 1.74 into 10 raised to 6. So you can see the radius is quite less compared to Earth. Thrust and the pressure. The thrust is the force acting on the object perpendicular to the surface. So example is, when you stand on the loose sand, the force, your weight of the body is acting on the area equal to the area of your feet. When you lie down, the same force acts on the area equal to contact area of the whole body. In both the cases, the force acting on the sand or the thrust is same. Pressure is the force acting on the unit area of a surface. So pressure is equals to thrust upon area. For example, the effect of thrust on the loose sand is larger while standing on or standing while lying down. So when you increase the area by lying down, you apply less pressure, but when you decrease the area by standing, you apply more pressure. The SI unit of thrust is Newton upon meter square. It is called Pascal. So whenever you wear heels and you put a leg by mistake on somebody, that person will feel more hurt rather you have wore the slipper or flat shoes and you are keeping the leg. And that is the reason that we have the sharper end of the nails. Pressure in the fluids. Fluids exert the pressure on the base and the walls of the containers. Fluid exert pressure in all directions. Pressure exerted on fluid is transmitted equally in all the direction. Buoyancy or buoyant capacity or upthrust, that is the ability to float on the water. When an object is immersed in the fluid, it experiences an upward force called buoyant force. This property is called the buoyancy or upthrust. The force of gravity pulls the object downwards and the buoyant force pushes it upwards. The magnitude of the buoyant force depends upon the density of the fluid. Why objects float or sink in the water? You might have questioned that ice float in the water whereas coins sink in the water. If the density of the object is less than the density of that liquid, it will float. But if the density of the object is more than that of liquid, it will sink in the liquid. Take some water in the beaker. Take a piece of cork and iron nail of the same mass. Place them on the water. The cork floats and the nail sink. The cork floats because the density of the cork is less than density of water, and the upthrust of water is more than the weight of the cork. Similarly, the nail sink because the density of the iron nail is more than the density of water, and the upthrust of water is less than the weight of that nail. Let's talk on the Archimedes principle. Then Archimedes principle states that when body is partially or fully immersed in a fluid, it experiences an upward force that is equal to weight of the fluid displaced by it. Archimedes principle has the many uses. It is used in designing ships and the submarines. So that is the reason that this heavy ships and crews are easy to float and easy to swim in the water. Hydrometers used to determine the density of liquid. Lactometer used to determine the purity of milk. Density and the relative density. The density of substance is the mass of the unit volume of that substance. So density is equals to mass upon volume. The unit of density is kilogram per meter cube. Relative density. The relative density of the substance is the ratio of density of the substance to the density of the water. So when you compare the density of any other substance with respect to water, it is called the relative density. Since the relative density is the ratio of a similar quantity, it has no units. Now, the numericals based on chapter 8, 9 and 10, I'll make a separate video and will be sharing according to the timetable. I hope you have understood the revision part of chapter 10. Kindly write the PDF accordingly in the sequence in your textbook. We'll see you again with the next chapter and the next presentation. Till there, bye-bye. Take care.